Yeah, um, 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 uh, um, uh, 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 to the channel. Or if you're new here, hi, my name is Emma, also known as Emmy Cosplay, and today I will be finishing off one of my first cosplays ever. Yes, it's taking me like 5 years to finish it. Okay, so what I'm doing today is I'm making Saber from Fate, but I'm only making the armor part because I already have, maybe I'll put up some photos here. I've already done her outfit, but only her dress without the armor. So today is the armor. And I only have like, I can't find my phone, but like 4 weeks to finish it until the convention. And I have to like get to the convention too. So maybe only 3.5 weeks till the convention. This is fine. I am fine. This build is going to involve EVA foam, heat guns, silver paint, and questionable life choices, as always. And if I somehow survive all of that, I might even have time to style the wig. But that is a question mark, so we'll see. My sanity might give out before that. So, if you're ready to learn and maybe panic with me a little bit, just enjoy the chaos or con crunch or whatever you want to call it. Let's suffer, craft, together. Okay, so for this costume, I actually already have the basics done. The dress is finished, like I showed before, and totally wearable on its own, so even if I don't finish this on time, I still have a costume, which is a huge relief. Now I only have to do the armor, and maybe the wig. We'll see. For the armor, I've already actually started a bit, but I still need to cut out the last few pieces of the main body, glue everything together, prime it, and paint it. For the hip pads, I need to make a pattern, cut them out of foam, and go through the usual priming and painting steps as well. But I don't think I'm gluing them. We'll see. I'm hoping that the hip pads will be a little bit easier since the shape is a lot less complicated. And, of course, I still want to add some finishing touches to everything once it's all built, if I have time. If I have time for the wig, I'll be upgrading that one. I already have one, and I'll just be using some glue and padding. But again, only if the cosplay gods and time allows it. Normally, Saber also wears gloves and leg armor, but since this con takes place during one of the hottest parts of the year, yeah, I'm skipping those for now. Heatstroke doesn't go with the aesthetic, and I'm already getting dangerously close with the full body armor. Now, normally you start by patterning the armor, but I've already done that part actually before starting this channel. I actually filmed my mom helping me with this pattern before I started the channel, yep. So the aspect ratio is a little wonky. My bad. The quality is also not great because it was on my old phone. Huge shout out to my mom, by the way. She's such a champ and I love her a lot. Give her some love in the comments. You can also see how much shorter my hair was back then. You can just draw a timeline from the length of my hair. But as you can see here, the way a tape pattern works is by wrapping yourself in plastic wrap and gaffer taping it all together. You can use painter's tape, but it's not as good. Then you draw the armor shape. That way you get a shape of your body. It can be super helpful to have someone else, like in my case my mom, draw the patterns on your back and help you wrap yourself up. Next, I cut the pattern out of 5mm EVA foam. I had already done some of this off camera, so I'm just showing the rest here. Then I do a little bit of heat sealing and shaping with the heat gun to give it that curved armor look. Alright, quick progress check-in, fit check here. If you didn't know from the last video, this is my broom closet. It's the only full body mirror I have, so my bad. But just a quick check about the fit. I've already done a bit of heat shaping. I might do a little bit more, but I kind of like that it sticks out a bit. The back, I think, went apart a little bit, but yeah. I think it sticks together pretty well. So, I think I'm ready to move on to some gluing and maybe sanding. We'll see. Yay! You can sand the edges a bit if needed, and then it's time to start gluing everything together. I'm using contact cement for this, which is strong, but also kind of toxic, so please be careful. I'm personally wearing a respirator and keeping the window open the whole time. A good rule of thumb is if you can smell the glue, then it's too strong and you're not doing it right. It's really bad for you. Seriously, be safe. Alright, so I forgot to hit record when I did this, but I just quickly sanded down one side. You can see the difference between the two with the Dremel. I am, 1 second, wearing a dust mask so I don't get all this very dusty dust. You can even see it on my hands. Don't get that in my lungs. Wonderful. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the rest of the seams. So I forgot to film it, but I covered the armor here, beautiful, in some wall filament, and I smoothed it out with water. I'm sorry I forgot to film it. I'll film myself doing the second layer because they definitely need it. And then I just need to cover it in wood glue. Yep. I think it looks pretty good. Here, the front and the back, which is in this as long as this dries, so I can't show you. I'm sorry. Another quick update. I just added some battle damage with some cuts and some tinfoil and a heat gun, and honestly, I think it looks really good actually. I love the like subtle detail. So yeah, I'm gonna do that to the back too, and eventually the hip plates when I get there. I think I'll just let you look at it for a second. It really adds to the realism, I think. So, and it hides mistakes, which isn't why I did it, but it's a nice bonus. You can see actually over here, My cat accidentally scratched it. Or well, he did it on purpose, but I didn't mean to let him do it. But now, it's part of the design. Yay! Quick time check-in while these things dry. Today is the 7th. Here, whoops, sorry. Today is the 7th, and we leave on the 23rd. But I would like to have everything done by the 20th. So I have around 13 days to finish this. I haven't started the hip pads yet, but they should be a little more easy than these ones. And these ones will definitely be done, but I don't know about the hip pads. I almost certainly do not have time for the wig, so that'll be a different video, sorry guys. But yes, time-wise, I'm okay. I'm probably confident at this point I can say I'm con crunching, but I'm not dying yet. So yeah, we'll see. Finally, I primed it all in Plastidip, and again, it's really toxic and can cause cancer, so I did this outside with a respirator on. I did this to seal the foam and get it ready for painting, also to give it a even color. For the hip pads, I started by making a pattern. This time just using measurements instead of a tape pattern, since the shape is so much simpler, you don't need a full tape pattern for this. Measurements are fine. Then I sketched out the shape on paper using those numbers and cut it out to make my pattern. I did have to tape some pieces of paper together, but you can just do that with painter's tape and you can draw right over it. After that, I transferred the pattern to foam, and from here on out, it's basically the same routine as the armor. Cut, fix, prime, repeat for all the different pieces. The one big difference is that instead of gluing the pieces together, I made holes and tied them. I wanted the hip pads to have a bit more flexibility and organic movement since they'll be moving with the skirt. And also, I didn't feel like using more contact cement, so bonus there. So while the hip pads are drying from their spray paint, I found the wig and I decided, fuck it, fuck my mental state. I'm gonna try and style this in like 4 or 5 days while also needing to paint the hip pads. Now for the hip pads, I only need to paint them and then stick the rest of the armor together with Velcro and then it's all done. So I figured I had enough time for a wig. That should be fine, right? We'll see. I'm not going to explain the process too in depth, just that I've sectioned some things off, I'm going to section another thing off, I'm going to crimp some stuff, and I don't even know what the plan is. I think I'm just gonna go where my heart wants me to, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I just moved over here. I can find the ever-looming dread of never going outside, but actually it's so my cord can reach for my crimping iron. I think this might be, oh, it's Remington. I was gonna say it might be Babyliss. The brand doesn't matter. This is a really good ceramic crimping iron, and you can crimp wig hair to make it much easier to style. Some people don't like the texture, or some people don't care. I think it goes so much faster, so I like doing it. I'll check back in when I've done that. Alright, so I've done a lot of crimping. I don't know if you can see the texture. Let's see if I can get it to focus here, yeah. And I've sectioned off a lot of places. And I've got this tied into a pretty clean ponytail, I'd say. So next, I'm gonna steam and hairspray it. And honestly, it's getting kind of dark out. You can't really tell, but it's getting dark out, trust me. So I might work over this overnight and just check in the morning. Quick check-in after all. I'm still wig styling. I promised I would check in. I'm about to glue it down with some, the best type of glue, if you don't know. But this is just a PSA to everyone. Check the back of your box. Because I've heard from other cosplayers that Uhu glue is actually not super toxic, or that it's not good for you, but you can use it just with your window open, and you don't need a respirator. However, if I read the back of the box, it's not going to be in English. Fuck. It does in fact say, wear a mask. Wear a mask and don't smoke next to it. Well, don't smoke next to it. It's here with this one. But it does in fact say wear a mask. Maybe it's because it's Uhu flour, but like, yeah, PSA to everyone. If you're using something you haven't used before, don't just take people's word for it. Check the back of the box. Because, like, I was about to just straight up use the shit without a mask on. PSA time over. Ta-da! The wig is done. It's beautiful. 1 second here. Probably one of the best wigs I've ever done. I'll just give you a second to admire. Sorry I didn't film a lot. I'm in a bit of a time crunch. Still haven't finished this. Need to paint one hip pad and attach the sides here. I still have a lot of time left. I actually ended up finishing ahead of time, which I didn't think would happen, but good to know. Once everything is primed, it's time for the best part, the painting. I started out with a base coat of silver and black for the main pieces. The metallic paints really work well on top of black, which is why I used black plasti dip earlier. I also painted the flower design in a metallic blue that I got from mixing my silver with some shining blue. Sometimes metallic colors can be a little not opaque in acrylic paint, so I'm using the Cos paint from Cosplay Shop BE. Hello, welcome back to the broom closet. It's beautiful. There is a broom in here, I swear. Anyways, fit check time. See if I can do this while I wear it. I would say that's pretty darn good. I'm very proud of the paint on here. It's very cool. Time-wise, I'm in a rush. There's 13 days until I leave. And I would like to be done a couple days early so I have time for packing and shit. And I
Haven't started cutting out the hip pads yet. I have done the pattern for them, but yeesh, I am in a time rush. Uh-oh. But, I mean, the armor looks good. I still haven't added the Velcro, but that's gonna take like 20, maybe 30 minutes. So, that's not bad. But yeah, pretty.
So, I really hope you guys enjoyed my very chaotic sprint to try and finish Saber. Hopefully you did. If you really did, consider leaving a like to show it. It really makes a difference. It makes my cosplay suffering worth it, but it also tells YouTube that you like it, especially on smaller channels. If you have any ideas for future videos, also comment that below. I love hearing you guys' ideas. They're so cool. Likes and comments or engagement in general really tells the YouTube algorithm that you enjoyed the video, which helps more people see it, and especially for small channels like mine, it makes a huge difference. I understand if you don't want to, I'm not going to blame you, but it's a really simple way to help me out. If you want more videos like this, here's a YouTube video, actually on this side maybe. I don't know, my camera's in verse. Somewhere is a video that YouTube thinks that you'll like when you could just poke around the channel, where there's a lot more chaos and cosplay awaiting. Again, if you like this, consider subscribing and ringing the bell to get notified when I post again. Hopefully not months from now this time. I still don't know how to end the video.